So, I'm not going to try to turn this into a 50-some minute video because I got notes. I've been paying attention and writing stuff down. So first of all, I want to clarify what my interest is in this. It's not about, I'm not passport bro. I'm kind of against that. I think it's wrong for black men to embarrass themselves by, and I agree with these black women, because even the Filipina Pea said it, they're going to go down there, they're going to meet these young girls that, until these young girls, as she's been saying, until these young girls in the Philippines, in the Philippines, okay, until these young girls decide that they are getting married to the man that they are with, okay, getting a wet butt, as this one black woman said, okay, is probably what they're going to get, what they are going to get. And these black men going down there, once they fail with these Philippine women really want, because they don't really want these black guys coming down there just smashing and dashing. There's plenty of prostitution going on in the Philippines, just like any other, the Philippines and Thailand are known for their, like Mexico. It's like the Asian side of Mexico, okay? There's known to be a lot of prostitution, and there's known to be a lot of lady boys, okay? And a lot of people go down there and they let some lady boy grab them by the arm and they walk off with them, and they hoping you don't know that that's a dude, but most of the Philippine women know that that's a dude, and then you come back trying to lay down with a woman, a Philippine woman. She don't want them germs on her, okay? Found out that I'm really impressed with this Philippine culture. I found out they don't do gay marriage in the Philippines. Thank you, P. Her name is P. The Philippian, or the Filipina Pea is what her channel name is. The Filipina Pea. Now, as a Christian, I'm not looking for sex. Would I mind dating a girl, especially my fascination with Asian women? Would I mind dating a girl that's about 20 years younger than me? Yeah, depending on how mature she is and how Christian she is. She's got to be really, really Christian. And P introduced me via video to a lot of young girls who are sitting up there in the mountains waiting for a man. They don't care if he's black or white or some other race, as long as they like him and they're attracted to him, and they don't mind dating older men if they're attracted to him, okay, and all like that. If they feel like they're falling in love, they don't mind dating older men, and their parents are all for it. Their parents want them to date an older man because they know an older man will be more mature, and like P said, he's less likely to just run off, okay, and leave them, because he feels that he's lucky to have something like this. And while all this is going on, his sex drive is running out, okay? When you gonna settle down, dog? When you gonna settle down, okay? You gotta settle down, and you can't settle down where you've been prostituting women, okay? You can't prostitute women and settle down with them at the same time. So, guys moving to the Philippines, I believe that's what they're about. Now, before I get in my notes, I like to say this too. I don't believe that black men are different. Your attitude toward Western men, and I'm gonna speak for black men. I don't know about white men. I know a lot of white men, when they go to the Philippines, hooking up with Filipino women, is the last thing they do. That's just icing on the cake. The white men that go out there, they go out there and they do all the stuff the Filipina people don't do. I just found out in the last video you did that they don't. Filipina people ain't crazy about the water as it looks like they are. You don't see, all these brown skinned people surfing and stuff in their rivers and oceans and stuff, and doing all these long swims and all that stuff like you see in Hawaii. Okay, you know what I mean? But she said that a certain amount of the population don't even know how to swim, so they're afraid of the water. These Filipina people got some nigga in them. They got some black in them, okay? My goodness, okay? I ain't never seen, such a melanated group of people that are so close to black people in my life, okay? It's really, 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 really funny. And but these black men that are getting on YouTube and bragging about going down to the Philippines, and don't brag about it. If you want to retire in the Philippines, it ain't nobody's business. If you want to go down there and you want to be with a girl that's younger than you, you know what I mean? Yeah, if you're just going down there to prostitute these poor girls and get what you can get out of them, and a lot of them are doing the same thing to you. They're getting what they can get out of you behind their parents' back, and then they're getting together with their parents and laughing at you dumb black behind. But, and a lot of these girls are going to go and they're going to let you get in their underwear, and they're going to make you pay for it, and they're going to take that money home to their families. And you thinking you're making fun. You think you bragging, but they're making fun of you, Even P said it, So don't do that. Stop doing that. The Passport Bros is a bunch of guys bragging about how easy they can go down to the Philippines and just get all up on these women and marry these women and have sex with these women, it's wrong. And it's going to stop. It's eventually going to stop. But if you're going down there to look for love and retire, why's that got to be everybody's business? Why you got to brag? You ain't got to brag. You know what I mean? You know why? Because you're late. White men been doing this for years. And other men of other races, Italian men, people out that are outside the country, they've been doing this for years, going to the Philippines and other Asian nations and marrying some little Asian cutie that's twice younger than them and all like that. I mean, they've been doing this for years. Black folks are just now getting on this bandwagon, and they are acting like monkeys about it. Stop the monkey business. Stop acting ghetto. Like, you can't even go to the Philippines without acting ghetto, man. Stop it. Stop acting ghetto. Like, it ain't nobody's business. When you get married to your Filipina, and you know what I'm saying, y'all come back to the States, or you retire in the Philippines with her or whatever, and you're happy, then brag about it. But don't brag about it and then when you say, somebody gonna say, what happened, man? What happened? What happened, dog? What happened? What happened, my bro? And you're gonna be like, we'll talk about it, man. Well, just why you can shut up. Stop that. Okay, anybody, can go down there like you and do what you're doing and do it better than you. Okay? And they ain't got to be all handsome like you to do it. They can look like me. And that's my interest in this. But as you know, I'm looking for a city. I'm looking for a city right here in Pennsylvania to where I can retire. I will live there before I retire there. Okay? But people say, oh, the crime is everywhere. The liberalism is everywhere. But the Philippines have been skipping over this liberalism for years. They're still conservative. They are more conservative than they are liberal. And that's where I want to be. and she said this in probably half the videos that I watch. Over the last 48 hours, I must have watched over 20, 25 videos of hers. And I'm learning so much not only about her, but I'm learning a lot about the Philippine world, and I'm learning a lot about, she's making me think of my retirement, and, she's making me think about, I thought the only place that I could escape, I thought the only paradise was Hawaii. But Hawaii is expensive to Donald Trump. Donald Trump ain't gonna blow his money in Hawaii. Okay? He might buy some property down there and get on the plane and get back here as fast as he can, but they asked this one celebrity that was on Soul Search or America's Got Talent or something like that, and he was an Italian man, a guitar player. He had one of them, guitars that are made out of ukulele. He got up there and did a song, and he made them all cry, including himself. And they were so proud of him, and they says, "Why did you come here from Hawaii?" He said, "I can't afford Hawaii. That boy was born and raised there, and he can't afford it. If you don't want to be homeless, you got to leave." But I don't know any foreigners that ended up homeless in the Philippines, unless they ended up in jail. Okay? And I think if you end up in jail in the Philippines, they're going to send you home free of charge. They're going to send your butt back home free of charge. You're going to be homeless in Los Angeles or homeless in Pittsburgh. You ain't going to be homeless in the Philippines. They will send you home, I'm sure. But I'm really not looking for sex. I'm not looking to just jump out there and get up on these women. I want to know them. I want to meet them. I already know just by watching YouTube videos that they're not black women, they're not white women, and they're not a lot of other Asian women that I know. They are, that the Philippines and Thailand got their own thing going. Okay? And that they got their own thing going on in that part of the world. So, in that part of their continent as well. They got their own thing going, separate from other parts of Asia. Okay? On the one video, she talked about, I might have to do two parts of this, but on the one video, she talked about Christianity twice in two of the videos I watched. Christians are anti-fornication. So anybody that's calling themselves a Christian, okay, if you're really a Christian, how do you know you're a Christian? Your body. Your body is a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which as a Christian is your reasonable service. That's just the basics. That's the beginning. Then we get into the way you talk, okay, what you're reading, what you're watching, what you're wearing. Then we get into that other stuff. But first off, you got to get your body up under subjection. No matter how much you want to be loved, no matter how lonely you get, you're tired of sleeping with your pillows by yourself at night, you don't lay down with anybody that ain't your husband or wife. And this is the Bible. This is Christianity. Okay? If I'm having sex, that means I'm married and having sex with my wife only. Okay? And the way y'all talk, even the P, the way she talks sometimes is like, well, you can have love in your life and you don't even have a boyfriend. The person that's screwing you is not loving your life. He's just meeting you for sex. Don't get it twisted. Love and sex are two different things. I hope the Philippine world understands that. Now, I know that Pete does understand that. But there's a lot of sex in the Philippines from looking at her videos. There's a lot of sex going on in the Philippines and less marriage. This is what the women are complaining about. But yet y'all don't mind laying down with a dude that totally disrespects you. You know he's leaving you. You know he'll probably go to the States and you ain't going to see him forever. And when he does come back, he's going to be on some other woman's arm. Why do that? Why do that? If you're a Christian, you don't have sex with anybody but your husband or your wife. There is no sex between single and married people. Once you get married, then we can talk about sex. Once you get married, then we can have a one-night stand. Okay? Okay? Before you go back home or you go to work or whatever. But I only have sex with what is mine. Okay? But I appreciate that Filipinos practice less fornication than Americans. Americans are all about sex, consensual sex between adults. Okay? Sex, you can just unzip your pants anywhere. I mean, you can be gay today and straight in the morning, okay? Or you can be gay tonight and be straight in the morning. You know what I'm saying? You can sleep with you can sleep with your wife and have your mistress all in the same neighborhood. Americans have friends with benefits. I don't think they use that term in the Philippines. Americans have friends with benefits, whether they be cute boys with benefits or cute women with benefits. Americans have friends with benefits. I'm a Christian. I don't have friends with benefits. I have sisters in the Lord. I have brothers in the Lord. Okay? And I have friends that I'm thinking about proposing to. Okay? That's what a Christian man has. Okay? I wanted to get that straight. You never talked about other females foreign visiting the Philippines. What about the females or the natives? Okay, let me read that again. You never talk about other females. Yeah, and I see I wrote this twice. I didn't realize I wrote this twice. Yeah, you don't talk about black women coming to the Philippines. Okay? You don't talk about white women in the Philippines. And when I look at the video footage, I see Philippine women that look like they white, but I can tell they Filipino. I can see really dark complected Philippine women, but that ain't no sister, that's a Filipina. Okay? Where are all the American women in the Philippines? Is the Philippines about Philippine women, or is it about the Philippines? Where are where a lot of Western women, Western men, you went all around interviewing all these old farts. Some of them out there to get their whistle wet, okay, as part of their retirement, but they're going to sit there and tell you they don't want to commit to no one, they don't want to settle down with nobody. They're just there to enjoy their retirement. Well, brother, for a Christian man, you don't need sex to enjoy your retirement. That's why you need to hold on to your wife as long as you can. Okay? But I appreciate some of these white men who said they're not out here for the girls. They talk to the girls, they buy them drinks, but they don't really care about sex. One guy you interviewed, he said, I don't care about sex. I don't want to get married. And if I did want to get married, I could maybe a little bit later. But he says, I'm not out here for all that. I'm out here because I knew 10, 15 years before I retired that this was where I was going to retire. Okay? So, okay. I appreciate that. But where are all the black women? And I'm pretty sure if I type in, because black women always think somebody's racist to them. I know if I type in on YouTube, black in the Philippines. Oh yeah, I'm here in the Philippines and they racist. They don't like black folks, and I feel lonely because all the black men are dating Filipino women. I know that's coming. And this Chinese dude tried to talk to me, and I'm like, get out of here. Okay. I know that's going to happen. But they never are on your videos. Like, why aren't you interviewing these black women? Why aren't you interviewing these white women? I want to hear how Western women are living in the Philippines. Being it's about the Philippines and not so much just about y'all and y'all flashing your beauty and inviting all these people to come, men, that is, of every race. What if a black man wants to meet his black mama in the Philippines? What if he likes black women, but he wants to see a black woman that's part of Philippine culture? What if he wants to be with a white woman in the Philippines? What if a Spanish dude wants to meet his señorita in the Philippines? Y'all providing this too? I'd like to know. What am I writing here? Facebook, Filipina, and Islam versus... Okay. I don't know where the Facebook came in there. What about the females or the natives? Facebook. Okay. The way I wrote it so fast. Hopefully there's not another piece. But anyway, Facebook. I forget what I was writing there, but okay. Islam versus Christianity, for example. You do know there's a difference. And I know that y'all talk about it doesn't matter who. A lot of y'all are willing to date men that are with other religions. I am totally non-Islamic, and when I say I'm non-Islamic, I don't even really like being around Islamic people. There's things about them that are not only a lie to the Christian faith, and they love to lie on us. They love to go around talking about our Bible, and I'm totally against people who want to talk about the Bible but they don't live there. Well, if you're so into the Bible, why are you a Muslim? No Muslims in the Bible. Some of y'all would disagree with me. There are no Muslims in the Bible. Muslims and Christianity are two totally different things. They have nothing in common. They have one thing in common, and that is Ishmael. Not Abraham, Ishmael. Okay? That's it. Okay? And what did Ishmael do? He started the Arab nations. It doesn't really give you a history on what happened after that. But they never came back. They didn't come back and say, Abraham, I apologize. They didn't come back and serve God's people. No, they were one of them nations that kept killing the Jews over and over and over and over again. Okay? So Islam has nothing to do with Christianity. Okay? Nothing at all. Stop letting them lie to you. I used to know a girl on Facebook, and I'm closing because I got to get ready for work. I'll do a part 2 on this when I get home tonight. But I used to know a girl on Facebook. I think she stopped. And she was from the Philippines, and now I understand why she used to talk to me like she did. She was immediately, as soon as meeting me, she wanted me to come to the Philippines and meet her in person. And when she said that, I was all over her on Facebook. I was ringing her channel off the hook, okay? And one day she shows up with a bunch of photos with her wearing the hijab, you know, and not just the hijab, but the whole outfit. She looked like something out of a scary movie. She was dressed in all black and all like that and all this, and nothing was showing but her eyes. Well, no, she had the one that goes around her face like this. And I got on there, why are you wearing that? You look like a Muslim. She said, I am a Muslim. I said, God, what happened, Jesus? Jesus, take the wheel. What happened? What happened? How's she? We've been talking all this time. She just now telling me she a Muslim? She said, I am a Muslim. And I says, look, all this time she's been talking to me about being a Christian. She's all of a sudden a Muslim. She put on her outfit and let everybody know. She wanted everybody to see her in her little, there's nothing there to see, but you looking like you walked into a Halloween party. But she wanted everybody to see her in, her little black thing. That was the spookiest one. Then she had ones that were like mixtures of red and purple and green and all like that. They were all out of her jobs, and she had to wear them all the way down to her ankles. And I lost interest in her. She lost interest in me because I told her. That ain't got nothing to do with God. That's a pagan cult that you're in. Get out of there, get out of there before one of them Muslim men destroy you. I told her, get out of there. And so she didn't ring my Facebook channel off the hook anymore, and I didn't her either, because I'm not interested in a Muslim woman. I'm a Christian. When you're a Christian, okay, you have escaped religion. You are an atheist to all religion. That's what Jesus came to do. He came to destroy the works of the devil, and that includes false religion. Christians are not Catholicism. They're not 100 denominations. They're not all these religions. Just because the name pops up, the name Jesus pops up in their false cult. No. If you are a Christian, you have escaped religion. And all you believe in is the Word of God. And this is not a religious book. This is the Word of God. God will judge Muslims, Jehovah's Witnesses, Muslims, okay, Mormons, okay, even some Protestants, Catholicism, you name it. Now, if you're a Christian in America, you are part of the Protestant movement. That's where us Pentecostals and Baptists come from. But this belongs to us. This is our tribe. This is our family. This is our God. Allah is not God. He's God of the crescent moon. He's not God. And I know that, just like Russia, Muslims have their own parts of the Philippines. And this is where this woman lives. So, I feel bad for her, and I think she left Facebook. And I believe she left Facebook because the Muslims told her to. Okay? I don't see her name there on Facebook anymore. You go to her channel, there's nothing there. Okay? Who knows what happened to that poor girl? Who knows? But Christianity is Christianity and nothing else. Okay? Everybody thinks they're a Christian until like you did up on the mountain, P, the other day when you was with them precious, Christian girls up there. When y'all got to the part, and I want to say this in closing, when y'all got to the part about there was one part you said before, you said about the man being the head of his house. A man leaves his mother and father and clings to his wife, and that means she does it too. And so that means two things. That means if a man wants to take his Filipina outside the Philippines because she is now his wife. That's his prerogative. Not only is he one flesh with his wife, and she should be willing to go wherever, okay, he wants to lead her as long as his head is on straight. But not only is she going to leave her mother and father and cling to her husband, but her husband is the head. And it's because he is the head that he comes before her family. Now, this is some Bible stuff that's hard for a lot of Western people to handle. To hear you have a problem with this in the Philippines when y'all don't act like Westerns, that really hurt me. That really made me look down on y'all a little bit. The man is the head of his house. Okay? And whatever woman I'm married to, okay, we're not going to have sex, okay, tonight, okay, because that's what I want. That's what we want. And she's not going to get up in the morning and fix me breakfast, and then I don't see her the rest of the day until it's time to have sex again and have breakfast. That's not the way Western Christian men live their lives. Men that work, okay, men that work miss out on a lot of sex with their wives. Men that are able to have the weekends off, they're going to have a lot of sex on the weekends. And men control how much social media their wives are doing for the sake of protecting his house and his marriage. They don't allow men to get in the car with his wife. They don't allow men to touch his wife. His wife ain't going to be cooking dinner for his friends. That part of a man being the head of his house means that the man has respect for his wife. He's going to make his friends, her own family, his own kids, her kids, everyone in their lives respect his wife. Okay? Here in America, women don't answer the door. The men answer the door. Women don't answer the phone unless there's a woman on the other end of that phone. That's what it means when it says the man's the head of his house. Okay? We are very protective of our women when we have our women. Then when they don't want to be with us no more, then we don't just disappear. Okay, like men in the Philippines do. There's a lot of slapping, and someone's going to end up getting arrested, and there's going to be some child support paid and all that kind of stuff. But, and it ain't just the men slapping the women. Like my ex-wife, I never put my hands on her once. I pinned her to the floor. I never put my hands on her. Okay? But she slapped me. She slapped me in front of the cops. After she got done slapping me, I had to call the cops on her. They came for me. And then she's slapping me. I'm smaller than her. Mind you. Okay? She's slapping me. You just said, she just kept slapping me. And they're standing there pulling the pepper spray. I said, is that pepper spray for me or for her? You think you know the West. You don't. And it's not just the men of the West. It's the women of the West. You seem to know that the women of the West are, they have a tendency to be witches. I said that with a W, so don't sweat it. Witches. Okay? But you know what I mean. Okay? But the men of the West ain't innocent. Okay? The witches come from the witch doctor. Okay? The witches come from the witch's shrine, where the harem of women are. The Bible says, do not prostitute your daughter. Western men have a tendency to walk away from home knowing what their daughters are going to go through with other men, knowing that men are going to move in there. You know, just like when me and my wife split up, this dude moved in there. He acted like he didn't know if he wanted to molest my daughter or slap her around for what, just being there. Because he don't want to be with a woman that got kids because his kids weren't around. Well, look here. I told him to his face, don't take it out on my daughter. Okay? Because, you know what I'm saying, you put your hands on my daughter, you're going to cause my wife to lose custody of my daughter to me, and she ain't going to let you do that. She going to be slapping you really hard, okay? So I advise you chill with that crap, man. Okay? I didn't tell him, you know, that I'm going to knock him out and all that kind of stuff. I should have, but I didn't have the guts. But the thing is, I told him the truth. And Western men are Western men. If Western men are going to the Philippines and doing better than they are doing here in the West, it is because these Western men already knew that if they're going to leave the U.S., they're going to get their lives together, whether they move to Brazil, whether they move to the Philippines, whether they move to China, Russia. I know black men who have confessed it here on YouTube that the reason why they are doing so good in Germany, the reason why they're doing so good in Russia, because they wanted to get their act together. That was the point. But these passport bros, they're thinking they're going to go out there and do better than black women. They have to do better than themselves first. A black man has to do better than himself. If he can't do better than himself, he's going to go to the Philippines and put them Filipino women what he's putting black women through here in the West. So I'm going to stop there, and I'm going to do more when I get home tonight. But I got to get ready to get out of here and go to work. It's been a pleasure. I will show both these links to both these videos to P once I'm done, and I'm hoping she'll address all the issues that I have and the questions that I have, because I really want to know, because I am looking to see where and how I'm going to retire. I don't think I'll ever. There's too many laws against Westerners. The only law that they ain't got against Westerners in the Philippines is their Philippine women. You can take them, okay? You can have sex with them. You can get them drunk. You can do all kinds of things with them. But don't drive cars. Don't own property. Don't own a gun. Okay, that's why I'm a Western, and that's why I'm a Pennsylvanian. Because in Pennsylvania, I can own a gun. I can own property. Okay, even though the Philippines is a better place, I'm an American in Pennsylvania. I can own a gun. I can own property. I can be the head of my house. Okay, and okay, I'm able. I have extensive Christian freedom here in the U.S. So, especially Pennsylvania, in this state in general, we still have our Christian freedoms. So, God bless you. Thank you for watching. See you soon with more. Look forward tonight. God bless.